All right, we're live.
We are live. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Sorry for a little bit of delay here. We had some issues with our link. So if you know anyone else that is trying to join, please provide them with the link that we are sharing on LinkedIn. And we're going to be getting started here in just a couple minutes as we get everyone to the correct place. In the meantime, as you're joining, if you want to go ahead and share where you're joining us from, where you're located. And we'd love to hear if you're already in tech or if you're transitioning into tech. And tell us more about, if you are transitioning, what industry you're coming from.
All right. So, Courtney, let's do a test first. Let's make sure people can hear us. If you can hear us, if you can type one in the chat in the comment, let us know that you can hear us. Let's see. Join chat. I wish we could have. Oh, okay. Well, positive energy can hear us. All right.
Perfect. And where
So,
are you joining us from?
positive energy always cultivate elevation. Oh, well, at least I know you are joining us from YouTube. Let us know what side of the country you are. Are you transitioning into IT? Oh, okay.
Well, thanks for joining us tonight.
Thanks for joining us and encouraging us. So we've had some link issue. So the previous link that everybody had is not working. So we are trying to, as fast as possible, share the new link, this link you are on, with everyone else. So we're gonna give everyone a few minutes to join. Uh, Please share the link as well. Help us spread the link, the right link to everyone who'd like to join us.
And I believe it's getting posted too.
Yeah, not having the right link might affect show up. What's your name? Positive energy. Who am I chatting with?
Oh, did we just lose Juby too? If you're just joining us, go ahead and drop in the comments where you're joining us from and if you are transitioning into tech. We're going to get started in just a couple minutes. I think Juby just lost connection, so we're going to get him back on. And we're circulating the new link so that we can get everybody else here too. And as you're joining, we'd love to know where you're joining from and if you're already working in tech. Oh, we have someone joining in from Arizona. I'm actually in Arizona right now. We do be back.
I'm back. We have two
Right.
students.
We do have two students.
Oh my God. We have Moriah
She's
Van.
joining us from Arizona.
Unfortunately, the link issue is gonna probably really affect our attendance.
Yeah.
So Moriah and well, I don't know the name of the other student. So in what cohort are you? Talk to us, Moriah. So if anyone else has joined, please come to the chat and let us know. Because with StreamYard, I cannot tell who comes in, unfortunately.
Oh, we have someone joining from Dynatrace. Hey, David. Mariah's in Dynatrace too. All
Oh, man.
Dynatrace.
All Dynatrace cohort. Man, that's good. So if anyone else is joining us, let us know because we don't have eyes on who's coming. That's the downside of StreamYard.
All right, we're going to get started here in just a couple of minutes.
Dynatrace cohort is the absolute best. Okay, I like that. All right.
We have a lot of Dynatrace pride in the comments.
Yes. Well, should we start, Courtney? That's the thing. I'm really curious to know how many people we have
Who
here.
we have on?
If
I
if
guess.
you are on and you can hear us, come to the chat, say hi, type one. Just let us know
Let
you're
us
here.
know you're here.
We want to know if we have enough people to start. I know there was a link switch up issue. Hey Ed, where are you calling in from? Marie. Hey Marie, are you a current student? I feel I know this last name. I know that it's definitely Haitian. I know that much. Ed from Texas. Broyon.
Brian.
Brian. Okay, Brian. Where are you calling in from, Brian? Alfie from Washington D.C. Danielle from Dynatrace. Man, that's four people from Dynatrace.
Alfie's Dynatrace too. I think we're up to 5.
Oh, really? Man, you know your students, Courtney. Ed, are you also a student? Marie, are you also a student?
Oh, Marie said no, she's not currently a student. She's joining us from Brooklyn, New York.
All right. Yeah, I know you're Haitian. Um, I went to school with a Douillon, so I know. Ed is not yet a student. All right. Should we um, should we give 2 more minutes? If you just joined us, we apologize for the links issue. We are trying to stall a little bit to have some people show up. In the meantime, let us know where are you calling them from. If we are trying to see how many people we have in the chat. So give us a thumbs up in the chat if you just joined us. And Ed, where Ed from is from Texas, and no, he's not a student. Marie, are you considering becoming a student? Tiana, oh yeah, Tiana joined us. Tiana, are you a student?
I think that's our Tiana.
Oh, Tiana, okay, Tiana the foodie. I didn't know Tiana. Okay, all right, that's good. Being curious is good. Well, happy to have you. All right, so you ready, Courtney?
Yeah, let's go ahead and get started.
Let's do it.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. We're really excited to be here to answer all of your questions. We're going to be talking more about Yellowtail.tech and what we do at Yellowtail.tech and what we offer. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Juby for him to introduce himself, and then we'll get started.
All right, my name is Juby, CEO at yellowtail.tech. I'm responsible for all things career outcome at yellowtail.tech, and I have a background in management information systems. I'm also Red Hat certified, so whatever I'm preaching, whatever I'm talking about, I went through it as well. And yeah, that's what I do. Um, Courtney, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm the career success lead at Yellowtail.tech, and I work with all of our students as they're going through our apprenticeship stage and there beyond. So I'm there to help support with your resume, with interview skills, with job search and strategy, everything in between, and also to help you work through the apprenticeship, get through all those firsts in tech, and get comfortable with the industry and what to expect. So we have a little more for you about Yellowtail. So the company launched in 2016. We offer 6 to 9 month programs. We are an AWS official training partner. And we are very focused and dedicated on helping people with no IT background or technical degree get their first high-paying IT job. So we're very heavy focused on those without any IT background to break into the industry.
Yes. In
You want to add
fact,
to that?
yeah, I want to add to that. In fact, that's all we do is help people on their second career, people with absolutely no IT background transition. This is our niche. This is how we know how to support best. We not only happen to train people with no IT background, but this is who we want to serve. So that's really what the whole company is about, really. Yeah.
All right. So I would like to talk to you a little bit more about the programs that we offer. As I mentioned earlier, we're an AWS official training partner. So we train for cloud and then also for Linux as well. Juby, do you want to talk more about those programs a little more in depth?
Yes. Next slide, please. So we have two programs. 80% of our students, they start with Linux for Jobs for a few reasons. First, it's our most popular program. It's our entry level program. It's our shorter program, but also this is because AWS is built on Linux. So the best way to actually break into the industry is to actually learn Linux, get a job in Linux, and come back for AWS. Now we have some student who go straight to AWS, but we don't necessarily recommend it to everyone because it's heavy on very abstract concepts. If you are transitioning completely from a non-technical background, we usually recommend you to actually start with Linux for Jobs. So that's why more than 80% of our students, they start with Linux for Jobs and they come back for AWS for Job or for a portion of it. So these are the two programs we have really. Um, Now, a little bit about our accomplishment, what we do. I don't know if you've done your research about Yellowtail Tech. Um, on course report, switch up, career karma, we consistently keep a high rating. We have been recognized as best bootcamp by switch up, by best information technology bootcamp by career karma. So our program is very well reviewed in general, but not only it's well reviewed, but what we offer is very specific, and we not only help with the training, but we have a big emphasis on career support, what happens after the training. Because I built this company on the premise that the training itself doesn't get you where you need to go, which is transition into tech. It's the support that happens after the training. So what we offer is only as strong as the career support, you see. So that's why we have such an emphasis on this. And also, I wanted to deliver something that I didn't find in a traditional school when I was in college. The career support I got was very vague, very unintentional, very optional, and I wanted to offer something a little bit more something stronger and more structured. So that's why we have such an emphasis on the career support we offer after training.
Before we get into career support, we have to mention our Inc. 5000 award because you just got back from accepting that award, right?
Yes,
2 years in a row.
we have been awarded we have been awarded we have been lucky to be part of the Inc. 5000, meaning we are part of the company fastest growing private company fastest growing in the US 2 years in a row. And I just came back from California, Palm Desert. If you know Coachella, it's where Coachella is takes place. It's a very nice place. It was a 3 day um, convention gala to talk about business, talk about the future of how you see your business. I got so much insight, so much inspiration. So I look forward to coming back and bringing all this back to Yellowtail Tech, and hopefully be featured on Inc. 5000 next year as well. So yeah, we're very proud of that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, now we can talk about some more career support and how we focus on that. So, of course, resume writing is huge, right? It's one of the things that I feel like oftentimes is one of the more challenging parts of career transitioning. Resume writing is different for different fields. You need to include different information. So, we really spend time on teaching you about resume writing for tech so that you feel prepared not only to update your resume as you move forward, but also to speak to that resume as you're moving on. And once we've got your resume finalized, then we can start really looking at your LinkedIn optimization. And we really go in depth with LinkedIn as we know how helpful it can be in the job search and to really optimize your skills in your job search stage, right? And we cannot leave out mock interviews. Probably one of the more unique things that we offer. All of our students are required to complete 3 mock interviews. So, as I mentioned earlier, I'm here to help support you through your first. So, your first technical resume, your first technical LinkedIn, and also your first technical interviews so that you can feel comfortable going into the job market and knowing that when you're going to an interview, you're ready to go. And then, of course, our job search optimization is another key part of our program. And so we're helping to support you through the job search stage. If we move on to the next slide, you'll see a little bit more about what that looks like in the platform that we utilize called Hunter. So we're there to really have eyes on your job search progress, where you're applying, and help to direct you to the right job leads. So our career success associate who works beside me, Louis, he's on top of those job leads, adding job leads to your board. And then we can also help to support you in tailoring your resume to those leads so that you are able to really position yourself at the top when you go into your job search. Hunter also offers an activity dashboard for us as well. So we can see how you're progressing through your job search, make sure you're hitting those goals, and you're going to get a sneak peek on that as well on our next slide, where you'll be able to tell how we keep track of that data and see some of those numbers so that we have eyes on everybody. All right. And then from there, we're looking at, again, those job leads and how well they're aligning with the positions that we have set you up for, making sure that we're staying within the qualifications that you need. Maybe we have some suggested companies for you in your area. We really try to tailor that job search process for you specifically and for each student individually. Hunter also offers a personalized profile for recruiters as well. So we can invite recruiters to Hunter and we can display all of your information there, including your professional summary that we've worked on and some additional details that are really critical in your job search. Can, like, if you're willing to relocate and are you looking for remote work, and how can we better focus in and really strategize for your job search as well. So on our next slide, you'll get a look at that personalized profile and what that looks like on the recruiter side. You can also include your headshot on there as well. So it's very similar to your LinkedIn page. So we use all of these resources combined to really support you throughout the job search. All right, before we move on, Juby, did you have anything that you wanted to add to our career success portion with our...
Yes. Actually, Hunter, the platform we use is the most interesting part, I think, uh, of the career support we offer, because before that, usually how you keep track of your jobs and everything is a spreadsheet. That and it works. If you're good at keeping up your spreadsheet, keeping up with your spreadsheet is good. But this platform help you organize, help you keep track, help remind you of what it is you need, in terms of a follow up. And it also have some AI features to help you with tweaking your cover letters. So it's a very powerful tool if you actually intentionally use it. So it's a way to enhance and support you in your career, in your job search, really. So it's a very powerful tool that we added to our portfolio, all in the interest of helping you in a very intentional way when it comes to job search. But before we continue, I want to do a roll call. If anyone just joined us or joined us after we started, can you jump on the chat and let us know you're here? Give us a thumbs up. Let us know you're hearing, if you hear us very well, before we continue. So that's really what I wanted to say about this part of the program. Um, it's been 2 or 3 years now we've been using Hunter, and I am certain it is a game changer in terms of how we track, how also you can see trends. Because when you are doing job search, you have to start identifying trends in terms of what's working, what's not working, how many jobs are moving to the next step. That way you can troubleshoot your job search strategy. And I'm sure you want to talk about that, Courtney, about how it is important to have a job search strategy, you know?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And Hunter really helps with that as well. Again, to help identify some of those trends. And you want to really have a set schedule for your job search. You want to have an idea of, what days are you completing which tasks, similar to how you would in your work environment, right? You're often here looking for a full time job is a full time job, but we want to help alleviate some of that a little bit and come up with a strategy that works for you. Everybody's schedule is a little bit different, and we want to make sure that we can talk through that time management piece of it as well. Another thing that Hunter offers is something that's really simple but is very useful and effective for our students. They have a notes section on every job that you apply to. So we utilize that to help keep track of which LinkedIn connections may be the best to benefit your job search as well. It helps for me to be able to connect with people on LinkedIn to help, benefit your job search and do outreach on your behalf. So there's a lot of different moving parts in job search, but Hunter really helps to streamline it. And then, of course, working with the career success team just gives you that added boost, right? So that you're not feeling like you're doing it alone and working in a silo.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Let's go back. So before we go into questions, we have a surprise for you. Not a surprise, but we want to unveil um, two features that we are actually adding to the program, all in the interest of making this more valuable, more relevant as the market changes. So, next slide. All right. So, as as you may already know, the flow of the program is training, core training, and then you move into certification prep, which is our RHCSA and Security Plus. And then once you pass your certification, you move into apprenticeship. And this is where you start working with Courtney and her team. Now we are adding an additional step. Basically, in your apprenticeship, you have two choices now. You have the choice of taking the regular apprenticeship, going through that regular route, so you go straight to job search, or you go to an additional set of training to be able to earn the Red Hat certified the Red Hat system engineer, which is the RHCE, which emphasize on Ansible automation, and then you go into the job search. And and to be clear, this is included in the program right now. If you are enrolled right now, starting in October, or if you are about to enroll, this will be part of your offering, the Ansible automation. The reason why we have it, it's because we understand that Ansible is very powerful and needed and in demand tool on the marketplace, and we wanted to add it to our program. But we do know some people, they weren't sold on this, meaning they are here to just get their through their apprenticeship and go straight to job search. It's fine. But if you change your mind later, after the job search, if you get a job and you want to come back for the for Ansible, you're gonna pay. So you're gonna pay to come back. The reason why we build it that way is to incentivize you to get as many tools under your belt before hitting the job market. Meaning, if you do it before you you go to job search, it's included in the program. If you forego it and you want to take it after you get your first job, which is good as well, which is actually as good, but you get to pay for it. You see, that's the way we thought of incentivizing you to go that extra mile, to put in that extra effort, but to position yourself better for the marketplace. So I see some excitement in the chat. I'm glad some people are excited about this. So this is um, the first surprise. So if you have any question about this, you can start asking it in the chat, and we're gonna come to it. But the second surprise is on the next slide. It's YT Genius. So we've built an AI companion to accompany you and enhance your journey at Yellowtail Tech. To be clear, this AI companion called YT Genius is not intended to replace anything currently that we have. It's only intended to enhance your learning experience. And stay tuned for the full demo. It's gonna happen in the first week of December. We're gonna launch it officially in January, but we're gonna be test driving it the whole December. We're gonna be demoing it the whole December to make sure it's ready to go in January. So a few features I want to highlight about YT Genius is that it's not only Chat GPT rebranded. Okay, so next slide, please. So if you, I hope you can see, if you notice, it's gonna support you starting from IT infrastructure all the way to the apprenticeship. You're gonna be able to query it. It's gonna be able to track where you are, what you're struggling with. It's gonna help you with quizzes. It's gonna know what's going on with your learning process. But that's not the best part. The best part is the next slide, which is the part that it's going to feed information to our instructor to support you in your journey. So now our instructor is going to have insight about how you're doing in your assessment, how you're doing in class in general with the project. What are the prompts you're putting in? Where are you stuck? What are the questions you are asking? And with that information, it's going to give us more data to support you where you are in the process. So this is the part I'm most excited about. It's not just Chat GPT rebranded, but it's way more than that. It's something that's really going to enhance and support you throughout the process. Um, yeah, so now we can open the floor for question. Courtney, what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I see we have some more that have joined from Dynatrace. We have Stefan in the comments. We have everybody here. Guys, this is really exciting news. Let us know how excited you are. Let's see those fire emojis.
Yes, let's see those fire emojis. Even if you are new or you are considering the Yellowtail Tech, let us know which feature you are most excited about. YT Genius or the new Ansible track? Let us know.
See the fire emojis coming in. All right, so we do have a question in the comments already. If we want to go ahead
Will
and
the
get
Ansible
started.
portion be available if you're already enrolled but have recently started the program? Yes, Danielle. Yes, yes, yes. Because the whole point of this is to set you up for success. So yes, absolutely. Um, so the Ansible track apparently is taking the prize. Okay, any other question?
I think Ansible is taking the prize because they haven't seen YT Genius in
And
function
full
yet.
action. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah. So in December, we stay tuned. We invite you back to have a full blown test drive of the YT Genius, what it's gonna do and how it's gonna do it. Are you thinking of adding any other additions to the program? Yes, but I can't share them right now. It's a secret. Is there going to be a certificate to Ansible? Yes, the RHCE, Michelle. So basically, Red Hat renamed basically the Red Hat system engineer certification is the Ansible certification now. So yes, and we are gonna encourage you. We are gonna incentivize you to not only learn Ansible but to go sit for the certification as well. Any other questions? If you started the apprenticeship but haven't gotten a job to the job search stage, are you going to be able to be part of the automation training? Um, Actually, the Ansible track is going to be available no earlier than end of January. But you definitely are welcome to come back and make that happen. But we don't want that to stop you from starting your job search. If that makes sense to you. Yes. The demand of Linux skills in the market is actually increasing for one of the simple reason that um, cloud computing that's growing at breakneck speed is is based on Linux. So Linux is becoming more and more not only relevant but a foundational knowledge for many other tracks that you may choose. For example, if you want to go into automation with Ansible, you absolutely need to know Linux. So yes, the demand for Linux not only is there, not only it's stable, but it's growing. How much is the cert for Ansible? I could check for you. You could also Google it, Michelle. I don't know, but we're gonna have some raffles around the certification, just to incentivize people to not only get the knowledge, but to also sit for the cert, Michelle. Because yeah, the knowledge is good, but when you show up with a certification and an interview, it actually kind of solidify the fact that you have the basic knowledge. So that's why not only we insist on knowing your stuff, but we also insist on um, sitting for the certification. Because if you sit for that certification, you're gonna be part of the 5% of Linux professionals and automation professional with that certification, which will put you literally in a different category. Oh, Stefan answered $500. Give me more reason to worry. Yes, definitely. And again, we won't be able, and we're not there. There's no intention to give everyone a voucher, but we will be raffling some vouchers just to incentivize everyone. Besides Cloud for Job, I feel like AI for jobs is coming soon. No comment. No comment.
We We
How
had
many
another question
have
before
you had
that
many
about,
alumni go out of the country and work remotely? Yes. Here's the tricky part. Most U.S. employees, they cannot officially allow you to work from another country because of legal liabilities. Now, can you get an international job? Yes, but you won't get the same kind of pay that the U.S. can give you. So this is the catch 22, basically. You can get the jobs that are super interesting are the remote job, especially in the federal government that take you overseas. That is actually more likely and more lucrative. Yeah, it all depends on the company. Some companies, especially the big ones, they have big liability around insurance, around some things you won't even imagine. Even if you work from home, basically they can only allow, for example, Sony, even when you work from home, you only allowed to work remotely inside the US for 2 weeks. Now, where you are, they really can track, but the rule says you can only work remotely for 2 weeks because of liabilities of all sorts. Um, how long would the Ansible track be? It between training and getting ready for the certification. If you choose to go the certification route, it will be 2 months, or you can go faster too. What do you advise for someone who has a data background looking into this course? The first question is why transitioning? Because me, I'm very big on sticking to what works or making what you have work. So if you have a data science background, data science is booming. The first question I would ask is why are you not making this work? Why are you moving away from data science? Um, but if you choose to transition, it would be a very straightforward transition because Marie, after all, we cater to people with no IT background. So even if you come with a very different background, the program is paced, it's designed for people with no IT background. So I don't think that would be an issue. Um, I might have missed it, but do you have pricing of? No, you didn't miss anything. Uh, if we decide to return, oh no 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 no, this price haven't been decided yet. Um, but we're gonna make it such a way where it penalizes you, Anna, not in a bad way. It's just to disincentivize you to defer it. We want to disincentivize you to defer it, Anna. So it's gonna be in the thousands, maybe a few $1,000, um, but we haven't decided exactly how much it's gonna be. But good question, Anna.
and I think Anna's in her apprenticeship stage, if I
Yes,
remember correctly.
yes. Um, so, any other questions? Well, it's probably time to for us to start planting some questions, Courtney. Some FAQs we usually have.
Yeah,
Let's start.
absolutely. So, probably one of our most asked questions is, do you provide job guarantee for their transitions?
All right, I'll let you take a whack at this, Courtney.
Okay. So we don't provide job guarantee. We do offer career support once you've completed your apprenticeship. We're there to support you throughout your transition. As we talked about earlier, we're going to help you with your resume, your job search, your interview skills, right? But we also know that if you are truly dedicated to this transition, there's a lot of opportunity within it, right? So there are a lot of jobs available. There are a lot of opportunities there, but you also have to be very dedicated to this process. So we don't have a job guarantee, but we are guaranteed and committed to supporting you.
Okay, and also let me emphasize that we did have a job guarantee and we moved away from it, and let me explain you why. We realized that first it attracts the wrong kind of student. The student requiring a job guarantee is a student that either doesn't believe in the process, which you shouldn't enroll if you don't believe in the process, or you don't believe in you, your commitment to the process. Either way, it's a problem. That's the first thing. The second thing is when you have a job guarantee, it usually creates a situation where students focus more on how they're gonna when if they lose interest in the program, how they're gonna cash in on the job guarantee, uh, or instead of how they're gonna put in the work to actually, you know, get the job and make it work. So we intentionally shifted the responsibility on the student, because after all, it doesn't matter how much I wanted, how many YT Genius and Ensemble Track and whatever I put, if you don't want it hard enough, if you don't want it to that point, it won't work. So we are intentionally, as we see the results, we are intentionally shifting the responsibility for you to be committed to the work. We are shifting that responsibility on you because we've looked at the data and it's clear people who actually come in and want a job guarantee are people who are actually not willing to put in the work and the commitment and the type of hours necessary for the process. So that's why we intentionally moved away from a job guarantee, so we can attract the actual student that actually that come here to actually make this work. Hopefully that makes
Yep.
sense. So
Yep.
next question.
Do you provide job placement?
No, the simple reason is that we are not we are position we always position ourselves as a trading, as an ed tech company, but not as a job a placement company. So we have some relationship in the marketplace. We can support you, but no, we don't provide job placement.
Yeah, and I also want to reiterate too that part of the support that we work on in the back end in the career success department is helping you to develop those relationships with recruiters, right? Even if we did provide job placement, it's just a stepping stone. That doesn't teach you how to continue to elevate and grow in your career. And then you're not really left with a lot of the skill portion of career success if we do that, right? So it's not just about training you in tech, it's about training you for professional development as
I
well.
ha- I have another example for that. I remember 10 years ago, almost 10 years ago, Courtney, I used to build student resumes for them. And then one thing happened one day, Courtney. You're not even going to believe this. There's a guy, and he came, he told the story laughing. To me, it's sad. He went to an interview with a resume I built for him, and they asked him a question about about his resume. He's like, "No, I've never seen this. You know," but the guy said, "But it's on your resume." So, so it's to tell you, if you don't engage the student for them to take ownership of the process, they will not.
Yep,
So, doing too much or going out of your way to do more for the student is not always helpful. It's actually
yep,
sometimes detrimental, because now, if you do the resume for them, when it's time for them to get ready for their next job, they won't even know how to update their resume. They
yep.
won't even know how to customize their resume for the next job. You see what I
Yeah,
mean?
Absolutely, for sure. Yeah, there's a huge portion of being successful in tech is that independent resourcefulness and also accountability, right? A lot of tech jobs, there is more flexibility in the schedule and things like that. So you really need to have like the time management skills. There's soft skills that are required in tech, and that's part of what we're there to help to support you in developing along the way.
Yeah.
Looks
Uh,
like we have some more questions in the comments too.
yeah. Will Cloud for Jobs cohort have access to the Ansible training? Yes, they will. Again, is it Billy or Billy? I don't know. The goal, my friend, is to set you up for success. Yes, yes, yes. Can you talk about the the cloud job market? It's booming. What can I say? Cloud is growing still at a 40% year over year because things are moving to the cloud. Workloads are moving to the cloud. So yeah, cloud is here to stay and it's growing. Any other question in the chat? If
I think
not,
that's it.
let's answer this next question. Can you do this and still continue to have a job, a full-time job? Yes. This program is intentionally designed for people with lives, with real life, with kids, with all the problem that comes with real life and kids. So basically what I'm saying is it's built for working adults with responsibility, but working adults with responsibilities that come with the commitment of creating space to make it happen.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, it's definitely possible.
And I also want to add too, it's certainly about creating the space to make it happen. It's also about integrating it fully into your day to day. Tech should become part of your day to day conversations. You should be interacting with other people in tech to start developing that network as soon and as quickly as possible. It should be, kind of starting to weave its way into all the different parts of your life as you are starting the program. That's what we want, so that you can become comfortable with it, right? And talk about tech as you keep going.
Complete immersion. Courtney
Yeah.
used a bunch of words to say immerse yourself.
Yes, yes, I did. Because I do want you to talk about it with your kids and your spouses and your friends. You got to cover all bases.
Yes, it don't just show up 7 to 9 for for the class and then think that's enough. No, it's not. It's not enough. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll let you take the last one.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk a little bit about imposter syndrome. So the question is, I have imposter syndrome. Can someone with my background, zero IT background, make it in IT? And the answer is yes. This is where that commitment and the dedication becomes so important. And I will just tell you, you are going to face imposter syndrome. If you are a career transitioner, it's going to happen. You have to be ready to power through it. Your dedication and desire to be in tech has to be greater than your fear. And I say this probably once a day, if not more. So I'll say it again. Your commitment and your dedication has to be stronger than any fear that you have in moving over. And the more that you put into it, the more that you get out of it. It truly is the kind of field where you have to not only be 100% dedicated, but you have to be ready to receive that back, right? We're committed to your progress as much as you are. So we want to set you up for success. But you have to be willing to work through the discomfort. Like I
What
mentioned,
the
there's
way
a
I
lot of
put it,
firsts.
the way I put it, you know, I'm gonna put in less words than Courtney. You know, you're gonna be scared, you're gonna be uncomfortable, you're gonna feel like an
Mhm.
imposter, but you should do it anyway.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not asking, the point is not to not be scared, to not feel like an imposter. The point is to feel that way and do it anyway.
Yeah.
Your feelings are going to be your feelings, and then what you're going to do is going to be what you're going to do. They can coexist. That's basically what I'm saying. You
Yeah.
step into your fears, you do what you got to do, and you acknowledge it, and you say, okay, I feel that way, and I'm going to go forward anyway. you know Post employment stats for grads. It's around 65% within 6 months, and about in the 70% within a year of the apprenticeship. But we have to also acknowledge there has been a dip in the marketplace and hiring in general, not only with tech, but don't forget, hiring also tracks the ups and downs of the stock market, of the housing market. So there is always a ebb and flow in the marketplace, and we have to acknowledge, Courtney, that we definitely have been in the lower part of the cycle when it comes
Mhm.
to hiring. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, like Jacob said, do it afraid, but do it anyway.
Yep.
Because we feel all kinds of things all day, you know, and we do what we got to do, you know.
Yep. Everything you do in life, you did for a first time at some point or another. So this is no different. You just have to master
Yeah, we ended up with 34 people despite having to change blend.
it.
Not
Yeah.
bad, not bad at all.
No, not
So
at all.
it's 7 now. It's about the time for us to wrap this up, but I would love to see if there is any last question that we can ask, and let us know. And also, the tuition is going to go up in January. So if you are considering, Marie, I know you are considering enrolling, but consider all you need to, but make sure you enroll before the end of the year because tuition is going up. Any last question? Any last comment? Well, I guess all the questions were answered, Courtney.
I
Again, we
think so.
apologize for the issues we had initially with the link. StreamYard has not cooperated too much today. Um, but yeah, oh, we have one last question. To be
One
clear,
more.
the Ansible certification will replace. No, RHCE is Ansible now. Do you get it? RHCE automation is called RHCE, and Ansible automation are one and the same. Oh, we gotta. I love you guys. Thank you. Save to serve.
And
Yes.
another note too, if you want to see the difference in the certifications and get more details about it, it's all posted on the Red Hat website as well. So
Yes.
you can
We
find details
you
there.
can Google RHCSC RHC details. You can do Google RHCSA versus RHCE. Start doing a little bit of homework about what it may add to your portfolio. Oh, all right. It's time for us to go. To let them go at least.
Yeah, so they can go to class.
Oh man, I love being a student at YTT. Thank you, Mariah. Thank you.
Thanks so much
This
for
means a
joining us
lot
tonight.
to me, at least. Yes. All right. So thank you, Courtney. I think we did well despite the hiccups.
Yeah,
Um, Thank you, everyone, for coming. Um, I feel we've answered all the questions. So have a great evening.
all right, thank you guys. Have a good evening.
Bye bye.